Today's video is for students, the final year students who are confused, a little scared about how to get jobs. And the future is very unpredictable. So if you are interested in a career in marketing, I have some tips for you, some strategies that you can work on. So if you start now, by 2026, you'll be ready with the skills that are needed in the future. I've been around in the digital marketing world for more than 16 years. In the year 2009, I think it was 2009, and I was looking for jobs because I had an offer at hand from one of the top IT companies, and I was going to get into IT, into software. And because of recession back then, I just kept waiting. So while I was waiting, I thought maybe I'll just make some money on the side. So what I did was I met a friend who told me that there is something called paperclip. And to be honest, I thought it's a job which is called paperclip. It was only later when I went to meet her and he told me that, oh, this is what it is. This is called paperclip. And then we just Googled and we realized that it's not paperclip, it's pay per click, or PPC that we call it now. So that's how unaware I was about digital marketing. So in the morning at around 8:30, we just looked into Google AdWords, went through the whole documentation, read through it that, oh, this is how it works, exact matches, broad matches, and these are the ad copies and things like that. Our interview was at around, I think, 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. or so. So we just went there with no knowledge of how it works, but we were super confident about that. And one of the interviewers, he just asked us that, hey, so tell me, how do you do filters? And what I did not realize is that this guy is not a technical person, and I just graduated from IT. So I started telling him about all the operators and or not, but he was just looking for a simple filter in the Microsoft Excel. I think Google Sheet was not around back then. It was very confusing, funny, but somehow it landed us that job because there was no people who knew about paperclip, about PPC. So that was the reason I got my first job because, well, we read about it in the morning, went through some examples, had some common sense, and it was a new thing and no one knew about it, and there was a demand, so we just got the job. Now, 16 years, we are in 2025, and it's something similar is happening again. People are clueless about AI and how to use AI, and that's where people who have a little bit of common sense and they can show that you can think functionally instead of theoretically, you can easily land a job. But the problem is that with AI, everyone has access to information. So if you just rely heavily on, say, getting ideas from ChatGPT or any other tool, well, everyone has access to the same tools. They have access to the same set of information. So how do you stand out? That is a big problem because a lot of times people, they don't even know how to even properly prompt these chat interfaces. And when you cannot do proper prompting as well, you cannot get a unique, relevant outcome. And if everyone is doing the same thing, everyone will come up with the same ideas. Last year, I was doing a pitch. So what we did was that ChatGPT deep research. I don't know if it was last year, probably this year, earlier, a few months ago. I don't really remember. So I asked it to do a deep research on this particular industry and give us some ideas and all. So I did the whole deep research, and the brief was really stupid from my side because I just gave it like a couple of lines on this is what the client wants, this is the target audience, and yeah, go ahead and do the research. It took a couple of hours, gave us the deep research, the document we received. Then I uploaded that document into Gemini, or I don't know, probably back to ChatGPT, and I asked it to just work on a response to that brief. I thought, okay, this is going to save me a lot of time, so I did that. Fair. But what happened was that after that, I tried another chat platform. I think I used Gemini to do the same thing. And it was weird because both of them were giving me the same responses, same strategies and outcomes. That this is how you proceed with this brief, these are the things that you do. So I asked one of my team members that, can you do a research from scratch from your own point of view? And they did the same thing. And but the thing is that they did not use, I think, the deep research mode. They just did their own searches and stuff. And the ideas that I was getting, that I thought that, oh, this is cool, this is something unique, they were getting the same thing. And we realized that if we are getting these ideas from ChatGPT, and if we go and present these ideas to the client, maybe every other agency is going to come up with the same idea. You see my point here? Because now I'm just using ChatGPT. I did not even work on my prompts. I just told it that this is the industry, this is the brief, this is the target audience, just analyze and give me something. A lot of people, lazy people, I was being lazy back then as well, will do the same thing and they will get the same bland response, nothing unique. And this is what's happening with these students as well, because I teach MBA students and I teach final year students from other streams as well. One thing that I've noticed is that a lot of students, they try to use ChatGPT to do most of their assignments. I mean, we are moving towards that era where everyone will be using these chat platforms, AI interfaces to do all these work. But there are two problems. One is because of you doing this, every single person in your group is also doing the same thing. No one is coming up with anything new. No one is doing any research. The theory is there. People are not even reading the theories. You are just copy pasting everything from ChatGPT and passing it on to your professors. Now there is a second part to the problem, which is the professor that you pass it on to. That person is also going to use ChatGPT to evaluate. Now, educators, they are also using AI to teach students. So who is teaching whom? I have no idea. And if you do not stand out, the future is going to be very bleak, unfortunately. Because if teachers are using AI to teach, students are using AI to do those assignments, who exactly is learning here? No one. And then if we hope that we will get a job because I know how to use ChatGPT, I have a bad news for you. You will not. But I think enough of the pessimism. We can talk about a few things that you can do as well, because there are things that I look for when I interview people, and it's not necessarily and some experience. It's mostly about how proactive someone is or how much common sense someone has. So there are a few things that you can do to stand out, where you can show these prospective companies that you do not rely only on theory, you also tried doing things. And there are things that you can do with AI, because now you can build things. You can build websites, you can create content and test it out. So there are 4 things that you can do today, and in next 4 to 6 months you will have enough knowledge, enough skills, maybe some experience as well, to land that job that you want, especially in marketing. I'm a marketer, so I can only guide the marketing enthusiasts here. And I'm thinking out loud as well, because for example, that you don't have experience but you can do things. One of my friends, his niece or cousin, I don't remember who, what they did was they learned Google Maps, how to optimize Google Maps, as simple as that. So Google Business Profile, GBP, I think. So they went ahead, learned everything about it, where to put keywords, how to list products, services, optimize the profile, how regularly they should be posting updates and things like that. Then they went ahead and through family connects, or just by doing some cold outreach, they reached out to a local retailer, asked them if they can improve their Google ranking, right? So they started doing that, and there you go. That is one kind of an experience where you see business problems, you optimize something, you can have that as a proof that you did something which worked. Maybe it doesn't work, doesn't really matter, but you did something. So that's the proactiveness I'm talking about. Second thing that you can do is, for example, learn automations. The future is all about automations. Even though AI will be automating most things, you don't need to create the whole workflows in the future. Probably AI will write those or code those workflows for you, but you need to understand what works in each and every step of a workflow, because things break down and you need to be able to fix it. Second is, by learning automation, you learn how to do logics. So if you start creating logics, you start creating systems, and system design is going to be in demand moving on, because most of the backend stuff will be taken care of by AI. So go ahead, learn automations. It's usually cheap or sometimes free as well, so it's not that difficult. You just go ahead, watch some YouTube videos, research here and there, understand how to start, and then start working on basic automations. Then figure out a client, a problem that they might be facing, work on an automation, show the world that this is what I can do. The third thing that I would suggest that you start doing right now is learn how to do better prompting. There are a lot of resources around prompt engineering, context engineering available on Anthropic, OpenAI, Gemini. There's a lot of things out there that you can read through, practice, write those prompts, practice within ChatGPT interface, create your own custom GPTs or within automations as well, because you need to know how to talk to AI, because the people who can talk to AI properly, they are the one who have the most efficient outcomes. And this is a skill which will be in demand in the future. People who are quite senior, who used to be like really skilled at their jobs, even they don't know prompting. This is a gap which is there and it's only expanding there. The gap is getting bigger. Fill that gap. And the fourth thing is content, because once you learn those prompting, start working with content. Not just text, work with images, work with videos, because if you are coming into marketing world, marketing is all about that. Marketing is all about how well you communicate. And if your prompts can deliver the quality, the accuracy of what's required for a marketing campaign, a successful marketing campaign, that's a skill right there. And you do not need any experience to do that. You can just start doing it right now. Learn about it, execute, show the world. In 2026, you need to position yourself as a resource, because when you reach out to the HR, which stands for human resource, they are looking for exactly that, which is someone who can be brought in as a resource, not just as someone who copy pastes from ChatGPT. Someone who brings in raw energy, someone who brings in new ideas, someone who brings in automations, who can solve business problems, who can think in systems and design. And these are the things you do not need a college degree for. Anyone can learn those. Why can't you? Show those companies you are already doing things which their team will learn in next 2 years. So if you are going to look out for a job in 2026, do exactly this. Use AI, but not for copy pasting. Use it to build, test, fail, learn, create, show the world what you are capable of. And that's how you will stand out. So if you are a final year student, and if you need any guidance, any help, there is an email ID in this video and also on my channel description. Do reach out to me. I will help you as much as I can. That's my promise. So see you in our next video. Thanks.